Southminster in Essex, Demolition Man.
Big, brutal and butch bird.
They say that their robot is powerful enough to pick up any of the other robots on the arena floor.
Certainly is. Capable of lifting 250 kilos, no effort at all.
And that's with these prongs here at the front. But you've also got an axe that goes 180 degrees.
180 degree arc, completely over, so we can actually hit both ends. It's got approximately around a downforce of around about 3/4 of a tonne.
So a double-ended multi-weapon robot, extremely powerful axe, 2 hits a second, lifting fork snowplow, which can tilt up to 120 degrees, the high centre of gravity, bad ground clearance and a bit slow.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the teams. First, Can Opener on the left, captained by Alistair O'Neill. Double Trouble on the right there, Captain David Johnson. Demolition Man, Captain Stephen Thomas, and Fluffy on the right. Peter Holroyd is the skipper. There's Dead Metal in the arena for the house robots with the pincer and the serrated saw, and Sir Killalot with the lance and great crushing hands. Let's look out for Demolition Man. Top of your picture there. When that axe swings high, you're talking over a metre tall. Don't think we've had a competing robot as tall as that, but will it wobble? Can it be turned over? Double Trouble is giving a mighty shove there to Can Opener, which is caught in between the two. Demolition Man with their helmets on. In slams Fluffy. I like the look of Fluffy, knocked out in Series 5 in its heat final by Pussycat. No disgrace there then. Fluffy low centre of gravity is spun away, but has caused trouble to Can Opener. Look at this attack here, slicing into Can Opener. And that has opened a can of worms for those boys, Alistair O'Neill, Andy Kane and young 11-year-old Tom Kane. Double Trouble away to safety, comes in with a slam on Demolition Man. That's good work by Double Trouble. David Johnson, the captain, slamming in. Has Can Opener now been immobilised? May well have been with that initial attack on it by Fluffy. Certainly the slamming run from Double Trouble won't have done it any good. Demolition Man still active. I don't think Can Opener is. And Sir Killalot has prized it away from the melee. Dead Metal, they've given up the controls. The ref bot ready to count it out. Double Trouble has a word with the ref bot, it seems. That count is not for Double Trouble, it is for Can Opener. Well, they certainly bore the brunt of the initial attacks. Everyone seemed to gang up on poor old Can Opener. They're out, they're gone. They were beaten in round 1 of the last series in the heat, and they've gone again. Sir Killalot has a glance. So too do the Demolition Men, Stephen Thomas, Chris Lord and Damien Smith. There's their mighty machine. We were told about the multi-weaponry. We haven't really seen that in play. A rueful look from Can Opener as to what's going to happen to their machine. Well, Sir Killalot is thinking about it. That's a worrying thought for you. The crowd want it flipped, and it sails across the arena floor. Can Opener. The ref bot is counting out Demolition Man. Well, it came in much hype, but we've seen nothing from the axe, the lifting forks, the snowplow. And DM stands for didn't do much. Demolition Man. Sorry, boys. Back to the site. Sir Killalot comes in, and I think looked a little bit cagey there. Should I take him on, he thought. He's a bit of a heavy one, this brute, and wobbles it onto its side. They've taken it in the spirit of things, that's what we like to see. All the work, all the energy, all the cost, and now the drop zone. We think you're rubbish, Demolition Man. Now get the garbage can. Fair play. Demolition Man strong, but gone. This is the new feature, Robot Wars, the Sick Wars, the Drop Zone. Biff. Withstood it. Too late for Demolition Man, though. Already gone and counted out. Double Trouble and Fluffy through.
Poor Demolition Man, poor can opener. They got caught together, couldn't get apart. Not even Ref Puck could get them apart. So by default, Fluffy and Double Trouble, they go through.
You can't even drive your trolley. Come on, more. Oh, and in the light, please. You can't even drive your trolley, let alone a robot. Promises, promises, and what happened?
Got well and truly stuck.
That was absolutely abysmal. You were saying we got weapons on both sides, 180-degree axe, we got this, we got that, we can lift up 10 cars.
We could, but we didn't anticipate being opened up like a can, which is what can opener did, but then he got stuck on us. And
yeah. So that was indeed an immense amount of pressure to cope with.
It was indeed.
Are you gutted?
Yeah, I am a little bit gutted, but there's always next year.
From Southminster in Essex, Demolition Man.
Knocked out in the first round of the last wars.
Right, you've been in the wars before?
Yep.
How far?
About this far.
So you made it to the bench?
Made it to the bench, just got into the arena, got knocked straight out.
What have you done to Demolition Man?
Well, we completely rebuilt it. New robot now. What we've actually got is 600mm spinning disc, 2000 RPM, roughly about 63 hits per second. Tested it to destruction, and we're pretty confident this time.
As an 11-kilo, fully exposed spinning disc sitting on a variable angle bed, snow plough to 1M4 motor, four-wheel drive, polished 6mm aluminium, but it's slowed to self-right.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the team. Stephen Thomas captains Demolition Man on the left-hand side, the Heatley family with Corkscrew 2 on the right. The Blakeman family of Judge Shred on the left-hand side, and the Emmett family of Mute on the right, with Jeremy Honcox in there as well. There's Dead Metal for the House Robots in the arena. There's Shunt 2.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Now, from previous experience, look out for Judge Shred 3. Demolition Man gets a right old hammer early on from Mute. Mute did so well in the New Blood competition, finishing as runners-up. Interesting to see the new variable angled spinning disc on the back of Demolition Man. Haven't seen it yet, it's in trouble. Mute centre of the arena there. Corkscrew 2, well, that blade is moving so fast it does seem to be stopped. It isn't spinning, is it? Oh, maybe. No, I don't think so. Bashing and crashing off the arena sidewalls. The arrow's pointing one way, it's moving the other. Little flip there from Judge Shred 3. Good manoeuvrability by the judges. Alan Blakeman, the captain. Paul and Michael in there with him. Now Corkscrew 2 tries to get up a little bit ahead of steam and rolled over onto its side. It's okay, down and being flipped up in the air again. 90 kilos in weight, Corkscrew 2. Can get up to 20 miles an hour. There we can see the back of the Corkscrew 2 team. John Heatley in there with young Lewis and Lawrence. Oh, and over goes the Demolition Man. Can they self-right from there? We mentioned before they were slow to self-right. That'll leave them exposed. John Heatley celebrating with Corkscrew 2 because the Demolition Man might have crumbled here. In goes Mute. They're being counted out. Slamming into Corkscrew 2 goes Judge Shred 2 and Corkscrew out. So both have gone. Demolition Man counted out. Corkscrew 2 lifted out. Good drive here by Judge Shred. Got in underneath. And there. The scales of justice weighed heavily against Corkscrew 2. Well, these two robots are through to round 2 of the heat. We know Demolition Man, they've gone. The Judge Shred 3 and Mute need to stay out of trouble, while the House Robots decide what to do with the debris. Demolition Man, you want to stay out of trouble now, Mute? I know you're a little bit inexperienced in that arena, but don't go shoving our House Robots around. Judge Shred. Oh, and Dead Metal trying to get rid of Demolition Man, and eventually down in the pit. Again, they've gone early. Hard hats and all.
What a battle, what a battle. It is dangerous in the war zone, but Mute and Judge Shred, they go marching on.